Don't keep waiting for everything to be just right. That perfect time will never come. Your life is unfolding right at this very moment. In this single breath, in this exact second, if you can, to discover joy right here, you will never discover it anywhere else. We waste years running after a future filled with happiness. We dream of a time when everything falls into place, when our debts are cleared, when our worries disappear, and when everything finally works out perfectly. But that magical day never actually arrives. The only moment you truly possess is this one. If you never learn to find pleasure in what is happening right now, you will watch your entire life pass by while you wait for a joy that was always right there for the taking. Go ahead and find something funny to laugh about. Let yourself grin at the small, gentle breezes. Take a deep breath and feel thankful that you are here and alive, because someday you will look back and wish you had truly lived instead of just waiting around for life to begin. Life doesn't come knocking gently at your front door with an announcement. I'm all set now. You can go ahead and start living. Life keeps flowing. Life keeps moving forward. Life keeps transforming. It doesn't matter if you feel prepared or not. Each new morning reminds you that yesterday is gone forever. Each pulse of your heart reminds you that tomorrow isn't guaranteed. Still, so many people treat life like it's just practice, like the real performance begins later on. We keep making promises to ourselves. Once I earn more money, then I'll have fun. Once I have extra time, then I'll take it easy. Once everything settles down, then I'll be content. But everything never really settles down. You simply grow older. And eventually you'll understand that the seasons came and went. The people you care about got older. And all those precious moments you could have treasured disappeared while you kept waiting for that perfect someday. That someday is like a burglar. It robs you of today before you even notice. When you really pay attention, happiness isn't some huge celebration that arrives with fanfare. It is found in how the morning sunlight streams across your kitchen table. It is in the sound of a friend giggling at something you said. It is in that quiet feeling of accomplishment when you complete a task you began. It is in the meal sitting before you, the shelter protecting you, the oxygen filling your lungs. Yet we miss all of this. We believe life only counts when measured by major events, the job promotions, the big accomplishments, the important occasions. While those experiences are wonderful, they don't happen very often. If you rely on them to bring you happiness, you will only feel truly happy a handful of times throughout your whole existence. You need to find a way to appreciate the regular, everyday moments, to discover wonder in the little things. When you master this, your life transforms from feeling like an endless pursuit into feeling like a gift. Consider this possibility. What if today turns out to be the best it is going to be? Not because tomorrow won to bring improvements, but because this exact moment contains a special kind of magic that you'll never experience again once it passes. When you were young, you didn't need a perfect excuse to feel happy. You discovered delight in a rain puddle, in watching a butterfly, in creating games from nothing. That natural talent for being fully present still exists within you. It's just gotten covered up by layers of stress, big dreams, and daily distractions. Here's the real problem. If you continue waiting for your life to become flawless before you start enjoying it, you'll spend your whole time on earth just waiting. Perhaps the real answer isn't to wait for better circumstances. Perhaps the real answer is to recognize that these current circumstances are already better. Right now, this breath you retaking, this heartbeat you re-feeling, this day you re-experiencing, this is your opportunity to actually live. If you let it pass by, there is no second chance. All of us have whispered these words to ourselves at one time or another. Someday I'll slow my pace. Someday I'll start enjoying my life. Someday I'll finally feel happy. But that someday is like a phantom. It hovers just beyond your grasp, always demanding the next success, the next paycheck, the next phase of life to begin. While you keep chasing after it, your precious days quietly disappear. Here's what is wrong with this thinking. Life isn't something you store up for later use. It is something you experience in the here and now. You can deposit happiness into some kind of bank account and make withdrawals when it is convenient. Every single moment that you delay feeling joy, you re-stealing from yourself the only true fortune you'll ever possess. Your time. Just think about this. There are people who once hoped to witness just one more sunrise who would trade everything for the basic gift of this day that you reliving at this very moment. And here you are, breathing freely, able to move around, able to think clearly, able to make choices. This is worth more than any treasure you could ever hold. The reality is that joy isn't tucked away in some distant place waiting for you to find it. It is sprinkled throughout your daily journey. The fresh scent after it rains, a child, its infectious giggle, the peaceful silence of early morning before everyone else is awake. But if you are too focused on rushing toward that imaginary someday, you will walk right past all of these gifts. Once you understand that happiness is a choice you can make even when everything isn't perfect, you stop waiting for the weekend, for the next promotion, for the next break in your troubles. You start living your life now. The faster you accept this truth, the more real living they'll actually do. True presence means much more than just showing up physically. It means bringing your complete attention to this moment. Your thoughts, your body, and your spirit all focused on what is happening right now. Too many people are here in body, but their minds are somewhere else, either dwelling on yesterday, its mistakes, or worrying about tomorrow, its problems. This is exactly why they feel disconnected, restless, and unsatisfied, even when everything appears to be going well. What is amazing about being truly present is how it can turn even the most basic, routine moments into something special and meaningful. When you sit down to eat, really focus on the flavors instead of staring at your phone screen. When you are having a conversation with someone, make eye contact and genuinely listen to what they are saying instead of just waiting for your chance to talk. When you step outside, pay attention to how the breeze feels, how the light changes as it filters through the leaves. Being present makes life feel slower, not because time actually moves differently, but because you finally start noticing it. Your days stop running together in a blur because you are paying attention to all the small details that most people completely miss. And those small details are what weave together to create the story of your entire life. Most people focus on chasing the big events, believing that it's where real living takes place. The wedding ceremonies, the job advances, the holiday trips. But the truth is, your existence is built mostly from tiny, everyday moments that happen over and over again. When you are not paying attention during those times, you actually missed most of what your life was all about. Staying fully present is what helps you develop a sense of gratitude. It is impossible to feel thankful for things you never even see, and feeling grateful when it comes back around creates more happiness. This makes your life feel richer and fuller without anything around you actually changing. You don't need to spend hours in meditation or go live by yourself in some remote forest cabin to learn how to be present. You simply need to stop treating each moment like it's just a bridge to get you to the next moment. Right now, this moment is where you are supposed to be. This is what it's all about. One of the quickest ways to get stuck living just like everyone else is to let other people decide what success should mean to you. Most people never take the time to figure out what having enough actually means in their own life. So they keep chasing and chasing, always adding more and more stuff without ever feeling satisfied. You can see this pattern all around you. People keep buying bigger homes, fancier cars, and more expensive clothes, convinced that the next purchase will finally make them feel whole and complete. But when your idea of enough keeps changing and moving further away, you are not really pursuing success. You are just running in place on a machine that leads nowhere, feeling empty the whole time. Very few people have figured out what their personal enough looks like. This doesn't mean they give up trying or accept less than they deserve. It means they have a guide to help them navigate. They can tell the difference between healthy growth and wanting too much, between having big dreams and becoming obsessed. They realize that getting more stuff isn't always better when it ends up costing them their peace of mind, their health, or their relationships. Creating your own definition of enough begins with asking yourself, what would my life look like if I stopped caring about what other people think of me? If social media platforms didn't exist at all, what goals would I still want to reach? What am I ready to give up for my dreams? And what am I absolutely not willing to give up no matter what? Once you answer these questions honestly, you'll stop chasing things just for the sake of chasing them. You'll stop constantly comparing your life to other people's lives. You'll start building a life that truly matches what you believe in, rather than one that just copies what society keeps telling you to want. When you live with a clear sense of what is enough for you, you actually end up accomplishing more. Not because you were desperate or panicked, but because you know exactly what you were aiming for. You're not wasting your time and energy trying to get approval from others or buying things that don't really matter. Instead, every choice you make has a purpose behind it, comes from a place of understanding, and helps you build something that will last. Setting yourself apart from ordinary living often means taking a path that other people want to follow. And that is exactly the reason why most people never even try. It feels isolating and lonely. People naturally want to feel like they belong somewhere. But fitting in usually means you have to blend in with everyone else. If you want to rise up and do something different, you need to find the courage to stand apart from the crowd. The world feels comfortable with people who follow the same patterns. When you start challenging the normal way of doing things, asking questions about long-held traditions, or refusing to do things just because that's how they've always been done, you're going to make people feel uneasy. Some people will quietly start keeping their distance from you, while others will openly criticize what you're doing. If you're not ready for this reaction, you'll feel tempted to go back to the safety of doing what everyone else does. People who achieve extraordinary things learn to be comfortable with being alone sometimes. They understand that quietness doesn't mean something is missing. It means there is room to grow, room to have clear thoughts, to make smart plans, to develop and improve without anyone getting in your way. They require constant approval from other people because they develop their own inner guidance system that shows them which direction to go. Walking your own path doesn't mean you shut everyone out of your life completely. It means you be careful about which people's opinions you let influence your thinking. You pick wise teachers instead of people who just cheer you on, people who tell you the honest truth instead of those who only comfort you, and individuals who push you to be better instead of those who simply nod and agree with everything you say. At the beginning, going it alone feels like you're losing something important. But as time passes, you understand it is actually giving you freedom. No more twisting your dreams around to make other people feel comfortable. No more making yourself smaller to avoid drawing attention. When you're ready to walk your own path, you put yourself in a position to become a leader, to create new ideas, and to create an example that others will want to copy someday. The real question is, will you have enough courage to keep moving forward when nobody is clapping for you? That's the real test of whether you're truly ready to leave behind the life that everyone else is living. What separates regular people from exceptional people to natural talent or good luck? It is self-discipline. And self-discipline gets built on the personal standards you create for yourself when nobody else is around to watch. Most people accept whatever standards the world gives them, put in just enough effort to get just enough reward. They'd be happy to do the bare minimum to scrape by, but when you make the decision to rise above ordinary living, good enough stops being good enough for you. You create such high expectations for yourself that regular people think they become obsessed. You become your harshest judge, not because you hate yourself, but because you respect yourself enough to demand excellence. When you deliver any kind of work, it is not just completed. It is completed with true quality and care. When you make a promise to yourself to get up early, you reawake before your alarm clock even goes off. When you decide to learn something new, you don't just play around with it, you become really good at it. Yes, these tough personal standards feel uncomfortable, but they also set you free. They clear away all the mental confusion that comes from not knowing what to do. There is no internal argument about whether you should work hard today. You just do it because this is the kind of person you are. Regular people make deals with their goals and try to negotiate their way out of doing hard work. Exceptional people just get things done without making excuses or trying to find easier ways out. At first, these high standards will make people think you're going overboard. They'll shake their heads, call you way too serious, or tell you that you need to chill out and relax more. But eventually, those same people will come to you asking, how did you manage to achieve all that? Your personal standards will quietly become what separates you from everyone else. They'll all be the invisible boundary between people who just talk about being successful and people who actually live successful lives. The moment you decide that your worst effort will be better than most people's best effort, you've already moved beyond ordinary living. The average person's mind jumps all over the place. They chase after dozens of different ideas, begin hundreds of different projects, and never actually complete any of them. The exceptional person's mind, however, works like a focused beam of light. It cuts through all distractions and puts all its power into the things that really count. Being able to focus is like having a superpower in a world that is hooked on constant noise and activity. The skill to shut out unimportant opinions, worthless gossip, endless phone scrolling, and meaningless busy work will immediately make you stand out from the crowd. Most people believe they were working hard, but really they were just staying busy. Being busy is just putting on a show. True focus is what gets real results. When you become a master of focus, you don't just work randomly. You point your work toward a specific result you want to achieve. Every single thing you do has a clear reason behind it. Every hour of your day is planned out on purpose. Every choice you make gets put through one simple test. Does this bring me closer to what I'm trying to accomplish? Or is it just another distraction? Choosing to focus will come with a price. You will lose people who expect you to pay attention to things that don't matter. You will have to skip immediate fun in order to get long-term rewards. Sometimes you will feel alone because the world doesn't give prizes for deep thinking and concentration. Instead, it rewards people who are loud, always available, and quick to react to everything. But in the quiet space where you do your focused work, you will create results so clear and impressive that nobody can pretend they don't see them. Exceptional people don't try to handle everything at once. They handle the important things without cutting corners or making compromises. They're not trying to win every small fight, just the battles that actually matter. While ordinary people spread their energy around like throwing confetti everywhere, exceptional people save and protect their energy like it is made of gold. Mastering focus isn't about putting in more hours than everyone else. It is about thinking more clearly than everyone else. When your eyes are locked onto your target and your mind is free from all the mental junk, you don't just move forward. You race past all the people who are still walking around in circles with no clear direction. So, separating yourself from ordinary living isn't about some magical overnight change or hitting one big jackpot moment. It's about the everyday decisions you make, the self-discipline you maintain, and the high standards you refuse to lower no matter what. It's about having the guts to think bigger thoughts, work at a deeper level, and push yourself further than the crowd will ever even try. Regular people accept whatever feels easy and comfortable. Exceptional people go after whatever is actually possible. If you've been paying close attention, you already understand the truth. You can keep doing exactly what everyone else does and expect your life to look any different from theirs. The world will keep trying to drag you back into comfort, into being just like everyone else, into accepting mediocrity. But you don't. You have to go along with that. You can stand up taller, work in smarter ways, and live your life with real purpose. So starting right now, stop trying to blend in with the crowd. Stop living your life at half speed. Step into your own lane, set your own pace, and let the results you create speak louder than anything you could ever say with words. Who else is tired of living at half speed? Let me know in the comments if you were ready to step into your own lane. Rock it! If you found this video useful, please like it and subscribe to the channel. There are more videos on this channel that will help you become a better version of yourself.